Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Golden Bachelorette. Tears in Heaven. Joan's Thanksgiving heartbreak was a red flag. Signs blending her family with Chalk's could be tough. The Golden Bachelorette star Joan Vassos sat alone in her car on November 27, close to tears, mourning the death of her late husband on his birthday, and the fact that she was so lost in her memories may not bode well. During that phase, Joan did a TikTok, sharing that she received a sign from heaven. She believed that her late husband, Joan Vassos, wanted her to clean out her closet because she had too many clothes. Joan felt that he made a rackfall to communicate with her. During Thanksgiving, she was grateful that her fiancé Chalk Chapel and his kids came to her so they could all enjoy the holiday together. However, the past was casting a long shadow. Of course, on the birthday of the man she was married to for 32 years, he would be on her mind. She had to try to be emotionally present with her new partner, the Golden Bachelorette's Chalk Chapel, and his kids, but it clearly wasn't easy. Joan was traumatized by John's cancer diagnosis. The cancer was so aggressive that the only treatment option was a very painful operation. Joan felt that there wasn't much hope, and she was destined to lose her husband to the terrible disease. 32 years with someone is like a lifetime. And now Joan's trying again. Creating a blended family is never easy, and Joan's feelings about her late husband may make it harder. As she spends time with Chalk, her kids and his children, she'll have flashbacks, remembering her old life. As per Medical News Today. On the one hand, Joan is excited about finding a New York City love shack with Chalk and exploring a long-distance relationship with him. On the other hand, she's got 32 years of memories with another man. There may be times when she wonders if the direction she's going in is right for her, particularly when she's thinking about the past. This kind of cognitive dissonance is so human. Who doesn't question their choices sometimes? However, since Joan's relationship is so public, she may find that it's hard to find the space and peace she needs to work all of this out. When she retreated to her car, she was finding time to think it all over. She needed a little privacy to just feel things on her own. The fact that she did her TikTok alone is a sign that there are some things she prefers to share as an individual rather than as part of a duo. Hard experiences change people and often strengthen them. It's not much fun to build character through pain and trauma, but it can happen. Now that Joan's been through all of this on her own, she may be used to handling things solo. However, Chalk's quite a possessive person. He's a clingy type. Can she live with all this closeness, or will it be too much for her? She clearly still loves the man she lost, so what will happen when she hits turbulence with Chalk? That is inevitable. With the pressures of children in the mix and a blended family, she might find that she doesn't want this new relationship the way that she's supposed to. It's easy to root for Joan. She's remarkably sincere. In fact, the TikTok discussed earlier is extremely moving. As she prepares for a new life with Chalk, where they'll divide their time between Rockville, Maryland, NYC, and Wichita, Kansas, she needs to be strong. Her life's under a microscope. But Joan has nothing to be ashamed of. She's a good person who's trying to be happy. Golden reality shows seem romantic enough at a glance, but the people who appear in The Golden Bachelor and The Golden Bachelorette are often very vulnerable. They've loved and lost, while others might give up, accepting their single status and figuring that they had their great loves already, and lost them. The show's cast members are willing to take leaps of faith. In front of the whole world, they will win or lose the game of love. As Jerry Turner and Theresa Nist showed viewers, a romantic show experience doesn't necessarily translate to real-life happiness. Once the cameras are off, it can all be so different. Joan is excited about the future, but she needs to be realistic. There are going to be times when being a part of a blended family is very tough. Can the Golden Bachelorette handle her next set of challenges? Definitely. But what really matters is what's happening inside of her. Is she really doing what feels right? This is something that Joan will need to work out as she goes along. Her relationship will change as it progresses, and she may outgrow it. In a season brimming with surprises, tender moments, and more than its fair share of drama, The Golden Bachelorette took a poignant turn with its special Thanksgiving episode. Joan Vassos, the beloved leading lady who has captured hearts with her grace and authenticity, found herself facing an emotional crossroads. With hometown dates looming, her journey to find love hit a heartbreaking snag, exposing a red flag that could cast a long shadow over her burgeoning relationship with Chalk Chapel. A holiday meant for healing turns to heartache. Thanksgiving is traditionally a time for family, gratitude, and unity. But for Joan, it became a stage for vulnerability. In a tearful confession during the episode, she admitted that blending her family with Chalk's, a key aspect of any future together, was proving to be more complex than she'd anticipated. Chalk, a widower with grown children, has long expressed his desire for a partner who could embrace his close-knit family and their traditions. Joan, too, has a loving family of her own, but the dynamics between the two clans seemed far from seamless. During the Thanksgiving celebration at Chalk's home, the clash of traditions became painfully apparent. Joan brought her famous Mediterranean-inspired stuffing, a recipe handed down through generations. Chalk's family, however, wasn't shy about expressing their preference for their traditional cornbread stuffing. What began as lighthearted banter quickly escalated into an awkward standoff, with Joan feeling out of place and under scrutiny. The tension was palpable, and the usually unflappable Joan struggled to mask her discomfort. The elephant in the room, Joan's emotional struggles. Behind the scenes, Joan's confessional revealed the depth of her heartache. "I thought Thanksgiving would be a beautiful way to bridge our families, but it's clear that we have very different ways of doing things. I felt like an outsider," she said, her voice trembling. "Chalk's family is warm and loving, but I'm not sure if they see a place for me in their lives." The episode's most gut-wrenching moment came when Joan excused herself from the table to compose herself in private. It was Chalk's granddaughter, a precocious teenager named Lily, who found Joan and offered words of encouragement. "You're really cool," Lily said, handing Joan a tissue. "Grandpa's happy when he's with you. I just think it's going to take some time for everyone to get used to something new." Lily's words struck a chord, but they also underscored a harsh reality. Time might not be a luxury Joan has. The show's format demands decisions within weeks, not months or years. Joan's vulnerability and her doubts about fitting into Chalk's world cast a shadow over what had previously seemed like a promising connection. The family divide, a potential deal-breaker. Joan's own family added another layer of complexity. Her son, Michael, expressed reservations about Chalk's ability to prioritize Joan amid his busy life and obligations to his family. "My mom deserves someone who makes her feel like she's number one," Michael said in a candid interview. "I'm not sure Chalk's ready to do that. He's a great guy. But blending families isn't just about love, it's about compromise." Meanwhile, Chalk's daughter, Sarah, voiced concerns of her own. "We've been through a lot as a family, and my dad is our rock. I'm not sure if we're ready to share him with someone else," she admitted. Her candidness highlighted a recurring theme in the episode: the challenges of bringing two established families together, especially when both are fiercely protective of their respective matriarch and patriarch. Joan and Chalk, a love worth fighting for. Despite the setbacks, Joan and Chalk shared tender moments that hinted at the deep affection they have for each other. In one touching scene, Chalk took Joan aside and apologized for the Thanksgiving chaos. "I know today wasn't easy," he said, holding her hands, "but I hope you know how much you mean to me. We're still figuring this out, but I'm willing to fight for us if you are." Joan's tearful response revealed her inner conflict. "I want this to work," she said, "but I'm scared. What if our families can't find common ground? What if we're setting ourselves up for heartbreak?" Their conversation ended with a lingering hug, leaving viewers to wonder whether their love can withstand the external pressures threatening to pull them apart. A glimpse of hope and a warning. While the Thanksgiving episode was undeniably heavy, it wasn't devoid of hope. In a lighter moment, Joan and Chalk joined forces to prepare dessert, laughing as they accidentally burned the pecan pie. Their shared laughter was a reminder of why they were drawn to each other in the first place: their ability to find joy even in imperfect moments.